So you're told by the doctor, sorry, you're not going to be able to have children. A lot of people will just sit back and say, well, that sucks. I guess it's over for us. Our next guest, though, said, you know what? I disagree. And that is the title of his new book.
That's right. It's a little longer than that. I disagree. Can help you take control of your health. That is the title of the book by Dr. Patrick Flynn. He joins us this morning from Wisconsin. Good morning, doctor. How are you?
Fantastic. Thanks for having me on today.
Absolutely. Tell us a little bit about the book, I Disagree, about this experience that you and your wife had and why you decided to share it with others.
Well, clinically, I've been in practice for just a little over 20 years. And people, from my wife's experience and from what I've done now with offices all over the world, we've been able to show women that, listen, when they give you a diagnosis, when they give you something where they will predict your fertility or predict what your health outcome, I sat back as a young 24-year-old man when I first started to do this work, and the prognosis and stuff that they were giving people didn't match up for what I thought it should really be. And I sat there, and when I met my AKA now wife now, but my girlfriend, they said, listen, they said, you're not going to be able to have kids, and therefore, guess what? Actually, they even want to take your uterus out at a young age. So I said,
Oh,
I disagree. I disagree with their assessment of what they're telling you. And then we clinically figured it out. Now we've been able to do that, replicate that all over the world.
See, which is great. I remember my wife and I were having some trouble conceiving, and we were told the same thing from a doctor who essentially said, not removing the uterus, but you know what, you're going to need assistance to be able to get pregnant because it's just not viable. And we just decided after 2 rounds of that, we're just going to try on our own and not care anymore and just do our best. And then we got pregnant twice. So I love the whole premise of your book. This changed your whole philosophy, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. I think everybody's experience can dictate what their future is. And because the experience she had, Christy, my wife, had before we met was doctors saying, it can't be done. It can't be done. You're really sick. And they're wrong. I won't disagree with the doctor. She was extremely sick. She suffered from
mm,
endometriosis extremely bad. She had many health conditions. That's why they want to actually do surgery on her. But it doesn't mean, I know it sounds funny, but it doesn't mean they're right. And that I disagree with the way it's even still done today. And then the one thing that I said, listen, besides just the book being written, the book is just a reflection of what we've done clinically. See, that's the thing. It wasn't really like I even wanted to write the book. It was just that we've had, so many stories throughout the years of women actually going through recovering health, having babies that could never be told they could have babies before.
Yeah.
Then guess what? It just, people like, you got to put it together.
interesting. And doctor, you have a chiropractic and wellness practice, is that correct?
Yes, I do.
And so out of that experience, added on to this whole other personal experience that you've had with your wife, you feel that we should focus, sometimes on casual factors rather than
Yep.
symptoms. Why is that?
Well, the causal factors that do this is very simple. And I think this is what defines me and why not having a medical degree, having a different perspective on things, gave me insight why they still can't see it today. For example, if we ask just a general, and I can even ask you this question, you know, um, what hormone makes you who you are? Every woman right now is going to say estrogen, and I'm here to tell you, and I can clinically prove this to you, that estrogen is not a hormone. Estrogen is not a hormone. It's not a hormone at all. And most women step back and go, "What are you talking about?" Estrogen is a term that describes a significant amount of hormones, over 10. So
Mm,
estrogen determines everything from fertility to psychology to emotions to sex drive to everything for a woman. It takes their physical and mental health. But here's what happens this. What I found out and why I still disagree with the assessment of women when it comes of all healthcare, I sat back and said, listen, the testing that they did with my wife was extremely incomplete. They measured one hormone out of 10. And I looked at her labs at a 24-year-old man and said, I disagree that they're taking a small snapshot and making a prediction on your whole life based on one thing.
Yeah.
It's like watching a preview to a movie and going to the movie saying, nah, the movie looked great. But then when you actually go to the movie and see the whole picture, you're like, honey, that movie wasn't that great. That's female healthcare today.
Wow. How does this translate for men as well when it comes to maintaining a healthy testosterone level?
Well, there's a big fallacy that, once again, that there's natural or medical routes to actually deal with testosterone. Testosterone, you only need two things. You need an LH hormone from the brain and cholesterol. Well, my doctor said cholesterol is bad for me. I disagree. Every tissue cell and every fatty fat-based hormone that way is actually cholesterol-based. So that's why if you look at the side effects of lowering cholesterol, it actually lowers testosterone. But the number one thing that actually, the reason why men don't have good testosterone is because they can convert it to estradiol. That's why men look more like women. That's why men have gynecomastia. That's why men are so emotional today compared to what they were 30, 40 years ago, is because they're eating sugar, which converts it from testosterone to actually estrogen. And guess what?
Whoa.
Number one thing that damages women's hormones is mental stress. Number one thing that damages men's hormones is sugar.
Wow.
Wow.
What did I have for breakfast today? I'm looking around right now.
And
Oh,
I'm
my
thinking
goodness.
about my stress. That's profound. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us. We want people to be able to get a copy of your book. Where can they do that?
Amazon has it. You can go to our website, thewellnessway.com. It became an international bestseller on Amazon, just from teaching these basic principles of how the body worked and stuff. And I'm very proud of our work that we've done, not only in the book, but this is what we do clinically every day. This is actually second nature.
Well, congratulations. You have several daughters, by the way, so I disagree. Turned out
Four.
to be very right. 4. Congratulations.
Oh my
Great to
gosh.
have you, my friend.
Great to have you.
Thank you.
All right. You want to learn more? You can go to the website you see right there, thewellnessway.com. And Bestseller Publishing is a proud sponsor of The Morning Blend.